Hi, everybody. So I have a question for everybody, and it is due to the trans issues that are going on right now on everywhere. So everybody's talking right now about the whole Donald Trump and trans thing, about the whole ban on the bathroom thing again, that happening again. So my biggest thing is this. I did some research and I found some numbers that are kind of startling and that kind of make me feel a little weird about things. And I feel like this. So here's the numbers I found. First of all, I got so sick of hearing people say things like, well, what about perverts? What about pedophiles? Now that sounds stupid. It sounds like I'm just accusing people of being perverts and stuff like that. And it sounds like people are being really right-winged and very against trans community. But I'm not against trans community at all. I have a lot of friends that are trans and I support them 110 million %. Now, the numbers I found were startling and a little bit fucking crazy. So now I kind of understand why the right wings are kind of acting the way they are. And again, I have a lot of trans friends. This is not against trans people. And I love you all to death. And I've watched your struggles from the beginning to the end. And I love you. I love you. And I'm here for you. And I will stick up for my trans and gay friends any day, but I'm not going to stand up for something that's not right. And I do believe that if you are trans, you are able to use whatever bathroom you want because of the fact that if you're trans, you're probably trying to look like the opposite sex or the sex that you want to be. That being said, I do believe in my heart 100% that if you're trans, you're going to look like the opposite sex, period. And you're going to not be stopped before you go in bathrooms. That actually is a very slim chance. It has to be the very beginning of your transition. You have to be like maybe forgot to wear the clothes of the opposite sex that day or whatever your thing is. But we have to figure out a point that is the beginning of transition. Now, my thought process was this. I thought that you begin transition as soon as the fact that you start taking hormones. If you take your first injection, you should be considered trans, I believe. That's my personal opinion because you took the steps to start transitioning. And I think the first sign of transitioning is taking the hormones, correct? So that being said, here's the bathroom issue. The bathroom issue is this. At schools, I get it. Some states don't let you take those hormones until you're 18 years old. Now, that being said, if you identify as the opposite sex, do you believe that they should be able to say that transitioning begins when you simply say it? Because if that's the case, this is the case. Okay, so we're going to go into a world that you guys want, the left of the left wants, and then we're going to say this. Okay, so transitioning begins when you say it. Now, here's the numbers. Are you ready for this? The numbers go as follows. According to our judicial system, the thinkprogress.org, 1.4 million people are transgender in America. 1.4. Now, according to the Registered Sex Offenders Hotline and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, say that 747,408 sex offenders are being registered this year, and there are 1.5 million that are still incarcerated, that are sex offenders and child rapists and women rapists. So the number is obviously and clearly higher than transgenders. So what that's saying is that statistically speaking, chances of you running into a sex offender in a bathroom is greater than you running into a transgender person in a bathroom. When in fact, again, like I just said, transgenders, all my friends are transgender at least, they go out of the way to look like the opposite sex, the sex that they want to be. So they're not stopped when they go into bathrooms. So is this a bathroom issue? Because I think it's more of an issue. I thought the perversion thing that the right of the right was saying, because they're too much too, they're crazy. But when the right of the right said, I don't want perverts talking, like being around my kids, I thought that they were attacking gay people, you know, because that's just what they do. But they weren't attacking us at all. The numbers speak for themselves. These are facts. And the fact of the matter is that if I have a daughter one day, which I plan on doing, if my daughter goes to a bathroom by herself at age 6 and 7, because, you know, that's the first sign of independence parents give to their kids. Just go to the bathroom by themselves, like at a grocery store, you know. And I think that I believe that that's important for them to experience, to have their first sign of independence away from their parents. That being said, I do not think that if I had a daughter right now, I would not want my 6 or 7-year-old daughter to go inside a bathroom and live with the fact that we made this law okay, and what the law is saying is that statistically speaking, chances of my daughter running into a pervert is greater than chances of my daughter running into a transgender. So if you guys want it your way, the left of the left, too much. If the left of the left wins this whole thing and they think Donald Trump's wrong for this, which I don't think he's wrong for this, and you guys believe that transgendering should just be on if you say it, then that to me is scary, because now we are publicly talking about this and we are publicly making it huge on the news. We are doing rallies, we're doing walkouts, we're doing sit-ins, we're doing whatever we have to do to help our trans community. But what we're doing is bringing more awareness to this, and it's going to make it to our perverted people. I believe if you tell them that they do that, some of these perverted people aren't idiot, criminal, homeless people. Some of these perverted people are lawyers, doctors, judges. Some of these criminal people don't want to lose their jobs or their families or their homes, but they have an urge that they can't control, that they need to touch little kids or touch women or, you know, whatever their fucking sickness is. That being said, you're telling them that they could just put on a dress, walk inside a store, because there's no way to tell if they do this every day or not, if you just meet them once in the store. So you're telling them they can put on a dress, go in a store and say, I'm a woman now, and go inside a girl's bathroom with my daughter. I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. And that makes me scared. It makes me sad. It makes me feel a lot of different things. Now, I think that when you take your first injection, you are trans because you're transitioning. Obviously, clearly, medically, scientifically, you're starting your transition. And I believe at that point, when you take that first injection, you should celebrate it. You should walk inside the bathroom of your choice that you want, and I will walk with you, and we could have a party at that bathroom. But I do not believe that somebody should just be able to say that they are and be getting away with that shit. Because we have kids in America. We have young ones in America. We have women that are weaker than some of these men in America. Yes, even the transitioning men, some of them are stronger than these women. That being said, if you are a perverted person and you already think about ways to beat the law in order to rape a kid or touch people, you are now learning that you can just say that you're trans. And then if you get caught staring at somebody in a bathroom and they catch you and they go and they call the authorities, you could simply tell the authorities, I'm just trans. I wasn't looking at her. Is there any way to prove it? Because guess what? There's also no cameras in bathrooms. So now this person, this perverted person, is getting away with it. And there's nothing the law can do. If your guys' law passes and says that you can just say you're transitioning and become a trans person. This isn't a trans issue at this point. Because again, if you're trans, you're probably going out of your way to look like the opposite sex, especially if you're in school. Because if you're still in school and your parents support you being trans, then guaranteed they're trying to make it to where you don't get made fun of, beat up, whatever it is. So they're guaranteed you look like the opposite sex, the sex that you want to be. That being said, if you look like the sex that you want to be, nobody's going to stop you from walking inside the fucking bathroom. So is it wrong of me to believe that we should have bathrooms for a man and bathrooms for a woman? And if you're transitioning, then more power to you. You took that first hormone, more power to you. You're dressed in that like the sex you want to be, more power to you. Then go inside the bathroom of the sex you want to be and don't get fucked with. But don't fucking have a 5 o'clock shadow and fucking work boots on and talk about you're a woman. To me, that's offensive. I don't want my daughter walking inside a fucking bathroom with some pervert. It drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. So I don't know what to think about it, and I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm trying to say that these numbers here are saying that statistically speaking, you're putting us in danger and not putting us in a fucking more equality-based place. What you're doing is hurting children and hurting people and giving loopholes to criminals. I really wish you guys' numbers outweighed the numbers of sex offenders. And I really wish we didn't have that many sex offenders. That's disgusting. That's gross. But we do. What do we do? What do we do, America? Do we just open the bathrooms for everybody, for a small group of people, when a bigger group is scary and they'll use it to their advantage? What do we do? Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think we should do, because I don't want to stand against trans, but I will stand against this bathroom issue. And I will stand against it hardcore. I want a child. I'm actually in the works of having one, by the way. A lot of you don't know that, but I'm scared for my kid to be raised in this country these days, you know? I don't want my kid to be confused or hate people or be afraid to go to the bathroom by themselves. I don't want to be afraid for my child to go to the bathroom by themselves, even if they're not. I don't want to be seen at that checkout line like sweating and worried, because the numbers speak for themselves. Literally, scientifically, statistically speaking, chances of you running into a pervert is greater than chances of you running into a transgender. That makes me sad. And in order to make the transgenders happy, we have to open bathrooms for everybody? Fuck that. Not okay. I'm coming. My friends are here. I gotta go. Bye.